When you grow 2x, what happens is you can reach 2x. You can reach a 10%, 25%, or even a 2x growth in 1 year. You can reach that by doing what you're doing right now and just doing it more efficiently. Right? By working more, by stretching, by working longer hours, by time management tools, right? By getting stuff done and by making sure that you pack more stuff in the same day. Right? But when you do that, what happens is that you're bringing your past with you. Right? You're bringing you carry in the future the heavy past that adds complexity, particularly if you use your current vision, methods, tools, skills, products, and so on, and if you don't change anything. If you have 10 lines of business, right? If you have 10 lines of business, you try to double all 10 lines of business, which means you're getting even more stressed, you have even more time, you have even less time, and everyone around you goes even more on the edge. Now, does that sound familiar to anyone? Yes? Okay, you see a couple of heads nodding here. Good, thank you. So particularly so the current vision that you have for your business, if it's only a 10x vision, or if it's like, I'm going to double my business over 3 years. So it's like a 30% growth rate or so over year to year that gets you there. Well, that vision, that really sucks you into a hole of never-ending to-dos, particularly and chances are, if you have more than one product on one product line, you end up doing stuff that's not at the core of what matters to you most. You're going to jump after opportunities just for the sake of opportunities to generate more revenues without them being at the core of what you do best as a company, what the core of what you stand for. Right? And that's really a key piece here. So just think about that. Just close your eyes and think about it for a second. If you're busy now, how much more busy would you be if you grow 25, 50, or 100% without changing anything fundamentally? Right? You would be out of your mind probably busy if you do that. And at the same time, you're probably not even making much more money because you're having a lot of system breakdowns and a lot of things that happen there. So again, working harder is not the answer. I don't mean working smarter, but instead, you need a new vision. You need a 10x vision. Even if you don't get to the 10x business at the end of the day, by having a 10x vision, you're changing everything about your business. And that's really a cool part about that. So it's a paradigm shift. It's a paradigm shift because the truth is you can't stretch yourself to 10x. It is impossible to do 10x your business that you do right now by doing things exactly the same way as you're doing them right now. Right? Right, so therefore, your team can stretch 10x. Your team can, if you have already a team around you, who of you has a team? Who's like employees already? Right, okay? And so your team can stretch to the 10x. So therefore, you have to think completely different. You have to start with your thinking process and think completely different. So it's not about getting or doing more. It's really about becoming more. It's about becoming more. You need to become that leader that actually has the capability, has the ability to run a 10x business, or you need to hire somebody that can do that, right? So it's literally, in order to get to that point in the first place, you need to go back to the drawing board. So, and that's just completely different than when you start a business in the first place, right? When you start a business in the first place, you need to say yes to everything. Like somebody to ask you for something and you don't have it, you still say yes. You say yes and you figure out a way to make that happen. And some great businesses have come up from that. I have a friend that has a private chef kind of business. They deliver fresh food to your door in Phoenix called Sunfair. That's how he got started. He got a celebrity in LA, wanted to have catering, and he needed to make money. He said yes, and then he went to figure out where the food would come from. And out of that, he now built a 10-figure business, or 8-figure business, 8-figure business, $10 million plus business. But so at the beginning, you say yes to everything, and that's how you pay your bills. Like you're in hustle mode. You just go and go and go, and nobody does it better than you, and so on. But when you go to a 10x level, you actually need to say no to almost everything. You need to say no to a lot of things so you can focus. right? So you can focus, and that starts with your leadership and vision. Because leadership is a state of being. It's not a skill. It's not something you learn as a skill. It's something that you become. It's a state of being, not a leadership skill.